Hello, everyone. This is Do a Dreamer. So, yes, today me and the Jedi Bender are back again to do a death battle prediction. And this time, the next death battle is going to be a battle between King Dedede versus Wario, two iconic anti-heroes of Nintendo doing battle with each other. And I know some people were kind of correcting me about calling them villains, but I did remember that they are technically anti-heroes. So just want to make that point. That thank you for the people who corrected me on that one. But anyway, guys, like I said, I am Duo Dreamer, and this is my partner in crime. Excuse me, Jedi Bender. What's up, Jedi?
Hey guys, how you doing? Great to be back doing yet another prediction, and I don't really know what to think of this one. It's weird in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest connections with them, which I know a lot of people like to look for, what's the connection between the two? There were once villains of their respective protagonists, Mario and Kirby, respectively, and then they became friends, or in a way, like frenemies or anything like that.
Yeah.
And they became anti-heroes. And they end up saving the world too. Only it's for selfish reasons. You know, with Wario, it's for wealth and power. For King Dedede, it's for food. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like no world, no food, no wealth. So I'm gonna have to save the world too. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, so I think it's one of those things. So like, yeah, they definitely fall under the anti-hero category. So I find this to be interesting. Now I'm actually curious to see what Death Battle has in store on who they believe is going to be the winner.
Me too. I really am interested to see what their take on this will be. Just having two Nintendo anti-heroes go at it. I like that concept because we haven't really had two Nintendo antagonists slash protagonists go at it since Bowser versus Ganondorf. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited to see what's going to be different this time around. But once again, Waluigi still gets no love. Damn.
Yeah. Hopefully he will. Hopefully he will. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
hopefully.
also one more connection. They're both greedy as fuck. They're both greedy.
Yeah, yeah. No, there's no tap dancing around it. They're greedy
Both,
sons of bitches.
yes. But anyway, let's get right down to talking about their abilities, their some of their feats and whatnot, and just go with who we believe is going to be the winner for Death Battle. So let's start with Wario. I find Wario a little bit easier because I know Mario a lot, and I know of Wario too. So it's kind of easy to go through his feats and his abilities faster than I believe with King Dedede. What do you think?
I agree with that sentiment. Wario is so much more simpler to discuss, and his feats are definitely much more faster to get to than someone like DDD's.
Right. So anyway, as a lot of people know, I didn't know about this, to be honest with you, that he's one of the seven star children in the Mario universe, along with Mario, Luigi, Donkey Kong, Princess Peach, and Bowser. So there's something special about him, although we know what he becomes. He becomes a greedy son of a
Yeah,
bitch, hell-bent on
yeah.
becoming the richest guy in the world, which he does end up doing that, even having his own company. But anyway, his first appearance was on Super Mario Land 2, which was a good game. It was a great game on Game Boy.
Oh
And
yeah.
never heard of the character Wario until then. And
Hmm.
I thought it was interesting to have, like, say, an opposite of Mario. And he was a pretty good character, very dangerous character in the game. And also, he had his own games where we saw some of what he can actually do. Like, he's strong, very, very strong to pretty much bulldoze walls, like stone walls. He can go through stone walls. He can even lift up big, huge boulders, which that's just crazy. So it's also been said that he's actually stronger than Mario himself.
Yeah. When I heard about that, I was like, a character that's slightly stronger than Mario, that just makes him even more dangerous. And yeah, no, definitely off of what you said. His skill set is very much more brutal. I think you summed him up perfectly. He's a human bulldozer who
Right.
will wreck you instead of strategically trying to take you out like Mario.
Right. He's more brawn than, brains
Brain.
in
Yeah,
this whole thing.
exactly.
So, like I said, his strength, he's actually strong enough where if he hit the ground, it can cause earthquakes. So we have an idea how strong he is physically. Another thing about his strength feat is when he fought Dino Mighty. And Dino Mighty is said to be, you know, close to the weight of a Titanosaurus, which is around actually over 100 tons. And Wario can lift him up. That guy is strong. That guy is seriously strong. So we talked about his lifting strength, even his striking power as well, where he can actually break through stone walls and everything. Now, onto his speed. It's said that he's actually fast enough to run on water, which for his size, like how can a
Yeah,
person
that's impressive.
can run on water? That's just amazing. I mean, I think that's just amazing that he's able to do that.
That
Um,
is.
but he also has a motorcycle that can go as faster than how he can run. They say he's a bit hypersonic speed. What do you think?
I'm inclined to somewhat believe that. Obviously, for being the brawn and the muscle, I would definitely believe that his speed is not on levels with Mario or Luigi or even his evil brother Waluigi. I think Waluigi is much more faster than Wario, but for what Wario lacks in super speed, he definitely does make up for with his motorcycle, because I don't think a lot of people know this, but his motorcycle is not just an ordinary motorcycle. He's tricked it out over the years to give it all kinds of gadgets and also have it go faster than a normal motorcycle can. Because if you look at it, he's obviously got nitrous coming out of it.
Mm,
And I do believe at one point, I could be totally wrong, but I do believe he even tricked it out to be able to go into space.
wow.
Yeah, so I definitely think the motorcycle helps with his somewhat above average hypersonic speed.
Right. Now, I have seen Wario use like the same type of power-ups as Mario. I've seen that in Super Mario Land 2, where he used some of the same power-ups as Mario. So it's safe to assume that he can do that too, but I don't know if Death Battle is going to be doing that because there are some other things that he has um that's more on Wario's
Person.
possessions, rather than say, oh, he can do this too because Mario can do it. So I don't know if Death Battle's gonna do it, if they're gonna say, oh, he can use like say the mushroom or the invincible star or the fire flower or whatnot. So it's only time will tell. Only time will tell if Death Battle's gonna be using that as well.
I agree with you on that. I definitely don't know if they're going to allow him to have all of these same abilities that Mario can do, because to be fair, they somewhat didn't do it for Luigi. They still gave Luigi some of the power ups that Mario used, but they still gave him enough of his own original stuff. So I actually be more inclined to believe that they're gonna give Wario stuff that he actually carries on him, instead of just saying, oh, yeah, whatever Mario can do, Wario can do better.
Right, yeah. And so, like I said, the only time I've actually seen him use the same power-ups as Mario was Super Mario Land 2. That was the only
Mhm.
time. But other
Yeah.
than that, he does his own thing. He also have his own power-ups too, where he can change his hat into like say a dragon where he can breathe fire. Trying to remember other things. So it's been a while since I played the Wario Land video games. But anyway, the one notable thing that he has another form. Wario does have another form called Wario Man, which he becomes a somewhat of a anti-superhero type thing, where he wears tights, so it looks like pajamas to me. He does have a cape, and he does have the ability to fly, and his durability has increased as well. His durability, I think we forgot to talk about his durability.
That's a great segue to it.
Yeah, before we get into Wario Man, I know that his durability. I heard that he fought this one boss from one of his games, and tried to self-destruct, and his self-destruct blast is able enough to destroy Moon. And Wario was able to tank that, and he was fine.
Yeah, it's very funny because looking back at Wario and just seeing all of these things he's doing, I'm like, okay, there's more to him than meets the eye. So yeah, since you brought up the moon busting feat, I definitely think that does put Wario. I don't want to say, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Oh, well, if he can survive a moon busting attack, doesn't that mean he can survive the same kind of explosion that Mario survived? I'm like, yes and no. It's kind of a little rough to say because, yeah, Wario is more durable than Mario in some areas, but I don't think he's as durable as you think he is. Like, it's very hard to say, but yeah, no, he survived a lot of crazy things. Just trying to remember them all is just crazy, but yeah, his durability is just insane.
Yeah. So now going back to his other form, Wario Man. The only way he can turn into that is that he has to eat raw garlic. And I definitely know that Death Battle is going to be probably using this one. So he needs to eat raw garlic in order to achieve this form as Wario Man, which again, it does give him a boost in stats from strength, speed, power, most definitely, because it does increase everything else. So the one thing I did find out is that Wario Man has one limit. As long as the raw garlic is in his digestive tract, he can stay as Wario Man. But once it leaves out his system, he's back to normal Wario. So there is a limit to it. So he can't stay in that form for a long, long while.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely think a lot of people are saying that Wario Man is going to be the trump card in defeating Dedede, but I'm like, well, that all depends, because if Wario uses the garlic too soon, then he's just given Dedede the opening he needs once he goes back to regular Wario. But if he uses it at the right moment, then I think it gives him a chance. But this is Wario we're talking about. He rarely ever thinks strategically.
Right. And I think the one way it will go out of his system, because he does have another interesting gift. His ability to fart to the point where it, like, his blast is almost equivalent to an RPG. What I've heard, I'm like, what? I'm actually quoting what AR said about Wario.
Yeah,
that's where I got that from. That his farts is as powerful as an RPG. And I think, in my opinion, I don't think Wario Man might be the trump card to beat King Dedede. I think his flatulence is gonna be
I was gonna say the same thing. I think, yeah, it's like his farts are so ridiculous. Like, guys, you have no idea. A character whoever came up with this idea of giving this Mario character farts the ability to be equivalent to an RPG or even a nuclear blast, like, I hope that person got a promotion, because Yeah, no, those that his ass gas is literally the most powerful thing in his arsenal, and I never thought I would say that about a character, is that their farts are their ultimate trump cards.
And if DDD loses, I think this will be the most embarrassing. If say the final blow was a blow from his ass, I
Yeah.
think it'll be the most humiliating defeat in death battle history.
I would go even further to say that if DDD loses because of Wario's farts,
Yeah.
his death. Okay, this will be the most humiliating death battle death since Shadow the Hedgehog got spooned by Mewtwo.
Oh yeah. And we thought that spooning was actually supposed to be romantic, but I guess it's deadly for Shadow.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna mark that. Like if King Dedede loses because of his farts, because of Wario's farts, we're gonna dub it as the most humiliating defeat in death battle history. And like I don't know. I'm just thinking about it. It's just incredible.
Yes, it is.